All right, so Brendan Connolly here with the Lake Life team. Stopped by and saw Craig Fennerty, wants to do another local business highlight. We're here in Center Harbor. So Craig Fennerty is the owner and operator of CFO Speed Shop here in Center Harbor. What is it you do here?
Basically here we take care of all late model Harley Davidsons for the local community. Got customers based, a lot of customers based around here, a lot from Massachusetts that have lake houses up here. Done stuff for people all over the country, sent bikes actually as far as the Middle East and Canada. But you know, the bread and butter and main thing we do here is service work and light upgrades, stereo upgrades. Stereos have really become super popular with these late model Harleys, and we always like making the bikes run better. So from the factory they have plenty of potential, we just need to unlock it.
There you go. So I mean, obviously this area is somewhat known for motorcycles. We have the lake as a big anchor, but then every June we have Bike Week as well. So a lot of the locals ride. We have a lot of people come into the area because you have beautiful rides over here.
Correct.
Actually, going up Route 3 and all the back roads up here are beautiful rides, so it's a good spot for you.
Yep, it's a great destination. Basically, if you're leaving the Laconia Meredith area, you've got only a couple choices. You're either heading back to the interstate and up through the Notch. You're headed up Route 3 from the center of Meredith, a mile and a half up here. You pass my place on the way up north, or you head out towards Moultonborough. So it's a great avenue for motorcycle rides and destinations. And New Hampshire actually has the most motorcycles registered per capita of any state in the United States.
Really?
Yes,
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Wow. So you mentioned you're doing light upgrades. Stereos seem to be the big new thing. People want to make sure their bikes are not only loud exhaust-wise, they like the music as well.
Correct.
And you're also doing a little bit of tuning and some more power upgrades to a lot of stock bikes.
Yep, with the stock bikes, unfortunately because of government regulations, they can only be tuned up so much from the factory. I have the luxury of not being tied by those issues, so we change camshafts, we change air cleaners, exhaust systems. All my dyno tuning is actually done by who I think is the best dyno tuner in New England, DAS Performance in Drake, Mass. Everybody asks me why don't I do the tuning here. It's because he's the best.
Stick to what you're good at, right?
Stick to what I do. The mechanical stuff. I bring the bikes to him. He dials them in. I give them back to the customer with no worries.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now you also, I mean, you're not just doing the high-end upgrades at this point. Your bread and butter right now is just the regular maintenance too.
Yep.
Maintenance.
Yeah, like yesterday I did 4,000 or 5,000 mile services. Some of the pricing at some of the other entities that are out there available for the Harley customers are getting really, really pricey.
It's not a cheap hobby.
No, it's not a cheap hobby, but we try to offer, the same exact service. It's performed by the owner, not just, guys that just get out of school or whatever. And at a really reasonable price, so that people can get out and enjoy their bike.
That's good. So you don't have to come in and spend thousands of dollars just to get your bike upgraded. You tires, oil change, everything.
Yep, all 1K, 5K, 10K services. All the normal maintenance. And a lot of people ask because they know me for the custom side of things.
Yep.
Do you do the regular services? Of course I do.
Yeah.
You've got to.
Good. And as far as the custom stuff goes, I mean, back in the day, a few years ago, custom baggers were a huge thing. You had the big wheel baggers. You can see you're on American Bagger, a couple different magazines.
Yep.
And you did a few of those locally for local guys.
Yeah, we did probably 4 or 5 of them local. A few left the area. Like I said, some went to the Middle East. 2 went to Canada. 1 ended up in Chicago. But that kind of, in the motorcycle industry, there's trends. There's fads and there's trends. And choppers were really big in the early 2000s, and they've kind of faded away. And then the bagger thing started, and the big wheels. I was the first shop in the Northeast to do a 30-inch front wheel, which was a big deal in 2011. Now it's like
no one cares.
No one cares.
but now, I mean, it seems like you're almost making bikes that look stock, but they perform like hell.
Yeah, Harley has really stepped up what they're producing. Like this year with the 2018 Road Glide and Street Glide specials, the bikes are so good.
Yeah.
The suspension is really good. The brakes are good. Basically, a few modifications to the engine and a stereo upgrade, and you've got a bike like that we were building, or what I was doing, 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
And they've kind of, Harley's finally caught up with the aftermarket a little
Yeah.
bit, so the bikes are really good. They just need a few more
They
tweaks.
look great too. I mean,
Yes.
they sit stock. They look beautiful.
Yep, Harley's done a good job.
All right. So we'll make sure that we get all your information out there. I know you're not the
Appreciate it.
biggest social media person, but
I'm
we've got
trying
you
to-
on Facebook. We're working on it.
Trying to do better.
And we'll get all the links to that up there. People can find you right here in Center Harbor. What's the address here?
That's 28 Daniel Webster Highway. I'm a mile and a half north of the lights in Meredith. And that's about it.
Perfect.
You
All right.
You can get me on CFO Speed Shop on Facebook.
All right. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.